story's pretty important. I mean, as most of you guys know, last year, my goal was to run 3,000 miles. From day one, I started doubting myself. I was like, this is crazy. I'm like, I will never be able to do this. And my mom, I swear, first day, or it's like the last day of the year, and she was like, well, we need to go get new pair of shoes and everything in order to get ready for this. And we drove down to Fleet Feet in Santa Rosa, and she was like, if you're gonna do this, you need to do it right. And I was like, well, let's go do it. Let's go get some shoes because I'm gonna need it to do this. And, it definitely wasn't the only thing I needed, but that's later in this story because I'll get there. But first day, I come back, and I'd been running for 3 weeks before that, trying to reach 1,000 miles the year before in 8 months, and I was like, damn, that's tiring. That's ridiculous. I wasn't in the best health that year when I was doing it. I went through a bunch of stuff to get there, but today, that's besides the fact. Every day she was always right there. I swear every day, if she was in the house before I went out and run, I'd be sitting there putting my shoes on, and she'd be like, have a good run. That's the one thing I needed to hear. She'd be, have a good run and be safe. And I always told her, yeah, I will. And I started making this T-shirt during the year of all the check marks for every mile that I put into work. And the first thing I put on that shirt was have a good run, because I was like, it's just a mental reminder. That's the easiest thing for me to remind myself of. Every day, every time I put on that shirt, the shirt was neon green. The reason why she got it wasn't just because I like doing things a little bit crazy, but the reason why I got it is so I'd be safe. She wanted me to be freaking the most visible thing in the world. Because she didn't get it at the start of the year. She got that shirt 3 months in. I got hit by a car my second month into running, and that's the first thing that happened that basically scared the shit out of her. She was like, I cannot believe that I'm going to let you keep on doing things like this if you got hit by a car. And I was like, I'll be fine. I was like, I'll be fine, I'll get through this. And I mean, from that point on, I was like, okay, nothing is going to get in my way. In the middle of the year, I'm at work, I sprained my ankle. My boss still talks about it, how I called in sick and left her stranded, and I'll never forget it. Because I'm always going to get talked about it. My mom was like, well, we're going to go to the urgent care and get it checked out. I had a sprained ankle. I couldn't, pull a pallet of anything with a sprained ankle. And later in that month, I still ran 19 out of 20 days in a row to finish that month. That's the first thing that she taught me out of this story is willpower. She taught me that no matter what comes in your way, you're going to fight past it. That is the first thing that she taught me. I got halfway through the year, 1,500 miles, and I'm like, I'm halfway there. It's just downhill from here. This is cake from here. Well, things came to be, and I started becoming behind on miles because of everything that happened. She kept on taking me to Fleet Feet, buying me shoes every 700 miles. We were sitting there, and she kept on bragging about everything. She was like, yeah, my son's running 3,000 miles, and she became known there that every time we walked in Fleet Feet, they were like, we don't remember you because you're running 3,000 miles. We remember your mom because she's bragging about it. That's exactly the case. My mom was always bragging about it. She may not have known you when she was bragging. Every day we walked in the hospital, some nurse was like, oh, it's your other half, and she was like, yeah, and she's like, that's my son that's going to be a nurse. And I mean, who knows if that's the case still, but that's another story too. But at the end of the year, my boss had just talked. It was December 30th, and she was ready to be there. Anyway, my boss, he was like, yeah, we'll come out, on the 31st. And I was like, dude, you realize I have to work at 9 o'clock and I have to go out at 6 in the morning to go run? He's like, yeah, we'll be there though. And nobody showed up. And before I left, my mom was like, well, I'm going to get out there and I'm going to videotape you. Because one of her friends online was like following me along those last couple of months, and she was like, well, I really want to hear about it. and I want you to capture this because I want it to be something he'll remember forever. And of course, I got this big whiteboard in my room. I've been tallying the whole time, and I'll remember it forever. But the one thing about that last day that I ran, I was coming home. I was running by SSU, and I got to the stoplight, and I was pressing the button ready for it to go, and I saw my mom pull up, and she was like, "How many more miles do you have to do?" And I was like, "I'm on my way home now." And she's like, "Well, I need you to turn around and run back down the street and then come back so I can videotape you." I was like, "I'm ready to be done with this." I was like, you know, all right. So I ran back about 100 yards, and I was like, "This is totally fake." I was like, 3,001 miles. I was like, "This is not 3,000 miles." I really add one to it later because. But the thing I always respected about her the most is at the end of the year, I wrote this long message. I mean, a lot of people that I work with saw it, a lot of people that see me on Facebook saw it, but the one thing that I wrote about was the only way I could get through that year. And the reason why I had to get through that year is because I needed to get myself back in the right shape in order to work in a hospital if I was going to do that. I was like, I needed to show that health is the first thing that should come to anybody. And my mom definitely showed me that. My mom lost 130 pounds and kept it off for 10 years. I'm like, that's a pretty damn good way of showing that you can get in good health if you take it into your own hands. And I told her, I was like, there was no way I'd be able to do every single one of those days without her there. And when she told me that it was all me, I was like, no. I still told her that day I went home, and I was like, it was not on me. I was like, I may have physically done it. I was like, but mentally, if you weren't there on those days when it was 28 degrees outside, like that last morning I ran, if you weren't there during the summer when it was 95 degrees out, there's no way I would have done it. And as for every day, I'll be thankful for the fact that she was always so supportive, and she supported towards my brother, she supported towards my dad. I don't know what else to say really, but it's just the fact that we need to. Parents always appreciate their kids, but I always feel like kids need to go back and appreciate their parents more. I appreciate my dad more than anything. My dad's always been there. He's always been supportive. And my mom was my rock. She was the tightest person that I've ever been with. We do everything together. She'd tell me about, because I'd go with her to do her job, 4 days a week. I'd drive for her sometimes, and she'd be like, "It's such a different ride between you and your brother." And I was like, she's like, "Why is that?" And she's like, my brother always would have his headphones on. He'd just sit in the car, and I would always have a conversation with her. We'd talk for the 3 hours that she was working. We'd go to lunch 3 times a week. And that's where it's going to be tough for me, is not having her here. And I know, Mark, you said just then that we're taking this really, really well. But the reason why isn't because we're numb to it. It's going to hit here every single day. But the reason why is because we're strong. And she's in that same place where you think we're numb. She's strong because we're right. She's right here. She's right here in all of you guys. And that's the reason why you guys are here. Is because somehow, someday, she influenced you guys somehow, and she put you right here. And that's the way you should always remember, is that she put you, in her heart, and that's all I'm going to say, really. But that's all I want you guys to remember, is that she's right here, and that's the only way she's going to, stay in your life is to always remember her that way.
Thanks, Alex.